Are you blowing a gasket over spilt OJ? There may be a reason why. So if you find yourself like your your child has like not shared with a sibling, or there was OJ spilt on the ground and you feel like, "Oh my god, this is like unacceptable." Like there's this feeling in your body like, just it feels unacceptable. You can't deal with it. Well, that may be a sign if you're having an outside reaction to pretty typical childhood behavior like spilling some OJ. That may be a sign that you are not reacting from what's happening in the present moment, but that you are reacting from an old childhood trigger or activation. We, all of us, have things inside of us that may trigger an old pattern in our brains, in our neural networks, where suddenly we're in that parent-child relationship again. Something happens and it triggers an old pattern. And in mindful parenting, I call this an old habit energy. And so you're having an outsized reaction to something that might be a pretty typical kind of childhood behavior. And that's a sure sign if you take the time to reflect on that and say, oh, what was going on there? That's usually a pretty sure sign that you are reacting from an old childhood trigger. It's certainly your own stuff, right? If there's a huge reaction coming from the spilt OJ. So this is some pretty deep and important stuff, and very deep and important work that we do in mindful parenting, because mindfulness is about awareness, and we want to be able to be aware of when are we really present in the present moment and when are we reacting from something in our past. And when we're not aware that we're reacting from something in our past, we tend to just perpetuate old habits and patterns. You know, uh, you blow a gasket because there's OJ on the floor because maybe your parents blew a gasket because there was a mess and couldn't handle it. Oftentimes, when these things happen, we're not even aware of it. All we see is red at the behavior that seems unacceptable. It takes some stepping back, some introspection, and some querying work to find out what are these things that may be triggering this outsized reaction from me. So this is a big part of the work that we do in mindful parenting, because the truth is parenting is so much more than just how you respond in a certain moment. It takes all this inner work as well. And what parenting does is the inner work of mindfulness and self-compassion with all the skillful communication that you need to then be able to create cooperation. So we do this work in the calm step of parenting method. It's understanding our is the third step of the calm step. And if you want to learn about the mindful parenting roadmap, if you would like to see the 6-step mindful parenting roadmap and learn about the mindful parenting method yourself and how to calm and understand those triggers so that then we a different choice, you can check it out. I got it there for you for free. You can check it out at mindfulmamamentor.com/stop yelling. You'll see you get the mindful parenting roadmap there. So I hope this has been helpful. It really helps us to understand that a lot of times it's more than just what's happening with your child's behavior. There's a lot that's happening with you there. And so we have to understand when is it our own stuff, and then take care of that stuff so that we're not passing on, creating harmful generational patterns with our kids. Have you noticed that you have some crazy outsized reactions to some maybe typical childhood behaviors? If so, give me a yes in the comments, and I would love to learn more and hear if this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Hunter Clark-Fields, Mindful Mama Mentor, author of Raising Good Humans. Go get that Mindful Parenting Roadmap.